Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for more One Piece. Woo yeah! How's that for an intro? Oh, it's a wonderful day. Let's go and get started. I see you, Ogata. Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome to yet another One Piece chapter reaction. Last we left off, everyone met up. The great Eric, Dorian Bragi, along with Harudine's ship, the Naglfar, and everyone's meeting up as we sail into the main village of Elbaf. We get the entire big narration of us coming to Elbaf, and now we're here. But as the notes of an explorer who's noting the depiction of Elbaf says, like, oh, you would be remiss if you were taken in by the sights, by the size of everything, from the fruits to the plants to the people to the creatures. However, as much as it would be to like this place, and as much as you could possibly enjoy Elbaf, the thing this explorer notes is that do not overstay your welcome in Elbaf. So that raises a whole bunch of questions. But let's get started. Ozzy, my dude, good to see you as well. Let's get started with One Piece. I am ready. I'm also ready for this week. I'm excited. I got One Piece today, Sakamoto Days today, and either Kirby or Warhammer 40k Dark Tide tomorrow. But Tuesday, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Deathstroke is coming. Oh, I cannot wait to play for myself. I'm just massively excited today. This is gonna be a good week. Not only that, but the Game Awards is this week as well. So Thursday, wait, is it Thursday or Friday? Friday is gonna be quite the day. But let's go ahead and boot up. Oh, and we're going on break. We're going on break after this chapter. What's in this chapter for us to go on break? Huh? I'm not even going to look at it. I'm covering it with my hands. I'm looking at you guys. What type of chapter are we getting for us to go on break? We just got introduced to Elbaf last week. What type of chapter are we about to get today? Chapter 1133, Nice Things. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. There is no way. So, you all know how we've been following this Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest surrogate pilgrimage, right? And remember, a couple of cover stories ago, someone stole a sword. Then there was a kidnapping. And there was a kidnapping. And now we have Yamato in front of Hold'em. You remember Hold'em. You know, Hold'em? Dude with a lion in his stomach. That was one of the first of the Beast Pirates for Luffy to basically beat up. He now is holding Tama hostage. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 20, Holden Attacks. Now, mind you, before we heard his name being called Hold'em, D-E-M. But here it's called Holden, D-E-N. So if that's the name of Hold'em, and his name is pretty much Holden, then I'm just going to call him Holden. But Holden Attacks. Drop your valuables. And he's got a sword in hand, the same one that we saw get stolen. And he's holding Tama hostage. While Speed has been blasted because, remember, his lion can fire out fireballs. She has apparently been hit by this while she's reaching out to Tama, and now it's Yamato versus Holden. Now, I don't think Holden was there for the whole Kaido versus everyone fight, let alone seeing Yamato fight literally anyone during the entire raid on Onigashima. This is not going to end well for him. It's not. But let's see what happens next. Huh? We're going back in time. We are going back in time. We are going back in time 22 years ago. What are we about to see 22 years ago? Where are we? Why are we going back in time? Why are we going back in time? 22 years ago. Oh, Lord. We're going back to the Ohata incident. 22 years ago.
The scene in Ohata? It chilled me to my spine. That was an atrocity.
The evacuation ship packed with innocent civilians suddenly exploded and went down in flames. The same one Akainu shot all the way back then. Much to the horror of Kuzan back then. The same evacuation ship Akainu shot down. People remember it. Now we're here with the Navy back then. To my dying day, I'll never forget the sounds of the screams that emerged from the fire. And Nico Robin did that? Not only that, but several other battleships were also sunk. She's a demon in the body of an 8-year-old girl. Okay, just spreading lies, making it seem like Robin was the one who took out the evacuation ship. So this is where the lies started. She's a demon in the body of an 8-year-old girl. The government won't go into detail about the story. The truth is so shocking and brutal that it will traumatize children. If you see her, don't approach. Just tell the authorities.
What? There's a criminal on this island? I met her.
And this is an old lady saying this.
She had the eyes of a killer. She's got the brain of a veteran scholar, but no human emotions to go with it.
And it just shows Robin literally trying to survive on her own. Surviving by living off of trash. Even next to like mangy dogs. Don't do this to me. Not on a Sunday. It's 107. Don't do this to me. Showing Robin growing up as a child, having to live off of trash and whatnot. Don't do this to me. Not as a child. I don't like to see childs mistreated or living in squalor or I don't. Why must you do this to me today, Oda? Why?
She's got the brain of a veteran scholar, but no human emotions to go with it.
Look at that bounty. Grab your guns and let's hunt her down.
Oh, another thing that needs to be brought up, because I'm doing the voice and it kind of reminds me of Frankie. Kazuki Yao has officially stepped down and retired from the role of Frankie. He's been the voice of not only Frankie, but Mr. 2 Bon Clay and Django this entire time. But he has officially stepped down from the role of Frankie in One Piece. I'm just like, wow. So, hopefully Kazuki Yao is enjoying his retirement, but thank you for over 20 years of voicing the most super cyborg that this world has ever seen. Thank you. But man, I just had to, that just brought to my remembrance that he is officially retired as Frankie and Django and Bon Clay. So, yeah. But getting back to the pages here, because we're still in the flashback.
Look at that bounty. Grab your guns and let's hunt her down. Don't be fooled by appearances. Your mercy is wasted on her. She uses freakish sorcery.
Catch her as quickly as you can. And it just shows Robin as she's trying to just survive. And she's in different places while she has no jacket on. So she's like in the rain and she's shivering. Don't do this to me, Oda.
I can't sleep at night knowing she's out there.
I wish she'd just die already. Why can't the Navy hurry up and finish her off? She's a menace to the world. And it just shows Robin, still as a child, hiding while people are literally trying to hunt her down. Then it gets to Robin, who's literally standing at the edge of a cliff. And it looks like there's sharp rocks. Sharp rocks at the bottom? Most likely. Don't bring it on. She's just standing there at the edge of a cliff, just looking down. And then she just remembers her mother's words, Olvia, of,
"Lift, Robin."
And then she gets tears in her eyes. And then we get back to Saul. We get Saul going,
Listen carefully, Robin. You are all alone right now. But someday, without a doubt, you will meet friends.
But, Saul, I'm so scared. Everyone scares me.
When it's unbearable, remember what I taught you.
And it shows Robin just walking through town with her shoddy jacket, her scruffed up jacket.
Just laugh like this.
It's not there.
And she's looking at a map. She's looking at a map where Ohara has apparently been taken out of every map after the incident. And I guess she takes a pen or a marker and she puts Ohara back on the map where it's supposed to be, but she gets caught.
Hey, what do you think you're... There it is.
And she gets grabbed by someone. And then we hear someone going, I hear she travels from town to town, killing and robbing people. All these pointless rumors.
She lowers their defenses with her childish looks, then slits their throats in the night.
There it is.
And this is and no, this is Robin. This is Robin laughing to herself to keep her spirits up.
Ugh, it's insane.
I wish he'd just die. Stupid brat deserves to be dead in a ditch somewhere. Just go away forever.
And then it just cuts to her. You know, she's trying to smile. She's trying to smile just like Saul, but she's crying her eyes out at the fact that the world basically wants her dead because the world government wants her dead. But we hear Saul's laugh on top of her own, and she's just trying to laugh as hard as she can. And that's the end of that flashback. I did not think we were going to see more of Robin's days when she was a child, right after the Ohara incident happened. We see her just going through life where everyone just wants her gone. And even as a child, she had to laugh like that in order to keep her spirits up because the world basically wanted her dead. That is, Oda, why would you do this? Why would you do this to me? Why? But that's the end of the flashback. Present day Elbaf, New World. Huh? A port on top of a tree? Are we on the sea or clouds?
Ready to dock.
And this is Dory.
This is the port of the Western Village. It's sea clouds.
Welcome back, captains. You took so long, we got worried.
And then we get pretty much the rest of the Straw Hats. Brooke, Frankie, Robin, Lilith, Jinbei, and Bonnie are here as well. I'm not including Lilith and Bonnie as part of the Straw Hat crew. I'm just including everybody. Why, it simply beggars the mind. Everything is on a different level.
What a grand sight.
And this is Robin. And then both Bonnie and Lilith are going, wow! And then we get Broggy.
And they're here too.
Hey, you guys!
Look at this! Isn't it wild?
And this is Luffy and Usopp, respectively.
Wow, what is that?
As Robin is holding Bonnie.
It's a Svar!
And
a mist ship that uses the buoyancy of island clouds to sail.
It's all amazing! How is this place it's all amazing! How is this place so amazing?
Because the very ship that Goldberg and Gerd are on, carrying the Sunny, they're sailing. This is like something straight out of like what Vikings think their soul is about to be carried off in when they go to Valhalla. When they think they're going to Valhalla, they think they're going to be carried off on a ship that just flies in the air, like something you would see from like Viking daydreams or the like. It's a Svar, a mist ship that uses the buoyancy of island clouds to sail, basically using buoyancy of clouds on their oars to literally fly through the air. They're literally sailing and rowing on the air. That is sick. But that's Luffy and company. They're on the Svar.
The climate on Elbaf is simply perfect.
Oh, wait, this is Lilith.
The climate on Elbaf is simply perfect. Island clouds, sea clouds, bubbles, rainbows, hovering. It can support all of these things.
Straw Hat, Usoland and friends.
And this is Harudin.
I'm glad to see you here in Elbaf.
And then we have Nami meeting up with Robin.
I knew you changed your hair, Robin.
She's laughing too.
I see you've been getting into the Elbaf swing of things.
Oh, if only she knew.
Good to see you again, Harudin.
I've heard tell of all your exploits. You're an emperor of the sea now. That's the fleet captain we all look up to. I'll give you full introductions later, but for now, the four of us are the new giant pirates at your service.
New giant pirates. And amongst all of them, Gerd, Goldberg, Stanzen, and Harudin, Rode is, gagged and tied to the mast. He is chained to the mast of the ship. Rode is chained to the mast of the Svar. He's just held up and crucified on there because of his wrongdoings.
The four of us are the new giant pirates at your service.
1, 2, 3, 4. He doesn't include Rodo. Oh!
The four of us are the new giant pirates at your service. 5.
And mind you, Rodo is barely able to get some words out because he's still got a big old giant knot on his head.
Nice to meet you.
I said I didn't need you to follow me.
I said I didn't need you to follow me. Because remember, Luffy was all like, you guys do what you want. I don't want you guys serving under me. Just do what you want. But he was all like, I said I didn't need you to follow me.
Who cares? We'll do it anyway. Dee-ga-ga-ga-ga-ga-ga-ga. The news about how you beat Big Mom over in Wano made waves over here, and we never pay attention to the outside.
And then we have... Who's that? Who's saying Big Mom? I think, Big Mom? Oh.
The news about how you beat Big Mom over in Wano made waves over here.
We all know why.
And we never pay attention to the outside.
Big Mom? And then we have Gerd.
I was friends with Lin Lin long ago, but she did something unforgivable in Elbaf.
Hey, you can catch up with them after a toast, huh?
Hey, you can catch up with them after a toast, Harudin. First, let's eat and drink. Oh, there's a whole crowd of giants here. Mind you, Rodo is still chained to the mast of the ship. He's just chained to it.
First, let's eat and drink. We got a whole mountain of food. Size for us. Ga-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Come into the pub.
Woo! Food! I'm starving!
Yeah, I've been so amped up that I'm running on empty.
And then Robin goes,
Hey, Luffy?
huh? Southwest of the Western Village.
I can go on my own.
Not gonna... And then who's saying that? Who's saying that? Is that Luffy saying that? Not gonna happen. And not gonna happen. And that... Oh, wait. Who is saying this? Is that Luffy saying not gonna happen? It's not Nami.
I can go on my own.
Not gonna happen.
I want to see this! Yeah, so do I.
I'm just seeing the sights.
Me too. And then we have Gerd.
Dr. Sol wanted to show you the library, Robin, so we're taking you to the school below it. Thank you for guiding us there, Gerd. It's my pleasure. It's a long trip.
Listen, Robin, the thing about being captain is you have to pay your respects to everyone who's helped out your crew.
What? Where did you learn that?
It's the honorable thing to do, duh! And then we go back to with Dory and Bragi.
Oh, that's a good point. We can wait on the toast. Bring Sol back with ya. In the meantime, I'll prepare that special mousse for you. Take your time, folks.
So time passed while Gerd is escorting them to Sol. If this is the chapter where Robin and Sol get reunited again, we're heading straight to Sol. We are heading straight to Sol. Okay. I don't know if I'm prepared. I got water, but I don't know if I'm prepared.
Oh, that's a good point. We can wait on the toast. Bring Sol back with ya. In the meantime, I'll prepare that special mousse for you. Take your time, folks. Warriors have to study hard, too.
Dr. Sol mostly teaches classes on history and various books. That's the Warrior Spring, and right next to it is the Owl Library.
Spring? It looks like a beach.
Yes, it's a sandy beach caused by part of the tree becoming fossilized and eroded. It doesn't have tides, but the waterfalls from the spring cause waves to lap on the shore.
It's an ocean!
And then Luffy immediately starts running and goes, "Okay, let's go find him. Then we can take Saul back to the pub." Stop! And then Nami grabs hold of his face and stretches him.
This is Robin's moment!
And then Robin is all like,
My heart is racing.
and she starts moving forward. She's preparing to move forward, but then someone starts running up.
Oh no, it's Dr. Saul. He's fallen and he won't get up.
What?
Are you kidding me? We just got here!
We're coming for a reunion 22 years in the making, and this happens now?
I'm a doctor. I'll handle this. Where's the patient?
And then Usopp,
This is your time to shine, Chopper! We're all counting on you!
He's over there. He just fell over and...
oh. Oh my goodness. It's him. Oh. And it show if that's Saul just laying face first on the ground, just a short distance away from them. And then Robin just starts laughing.
Oh, you fool. Don't say that. The poor guy's sick. It'll be fine. Let me go on my own. You all stay here.
Huh? But are you sure, Rob? But are you sure, Robin? And this is Brooke.
Robin! I got all nervous for nothing.
And then, oh my God. Oh, Oda. Oh, Goda. Robin walks, it's Saul. Robin walks over to Saul, literally mirroring the way she first met him on Ohara. Him washed up on the beach, and her walking over to him. Oh my God! Why? Why would you? Oh! Ah! But then Robin is walking towards Saul, and he lifts his head. Piece of fuzz on my tongue? What the heck is that? Ugh. Don't ruin this for me. Lint, don't ruin this for me. But she walks over to Saul, and he kind of peeks his head up, and then he tries to intimidate her, going, "Rawr!"
How's that? Did I shock you? What a shocker.
As he looks at Robin, and she looks basically just like she did when he first met her. She's wearing, and mind you, the first time Saul met Robin, she was wearing a dark dress. Now, Robin, older, much more mature, and a full-grown woman, wears a dress that is pretty much kind of similar, and, suited for her size and measurements, just like she did 22 years ago.
What a shocker.
And we see young Robin before she started smiling, and Robin now with a perfect smile on her face.
Robin! But you're not a kid anymore. Sorry, I wasn't sure how I should greet you.
And you still have that silly laugh.
Yep, still don't know how to laugh. Now let's get a good peek at you.
Saul, former Navy HQ Vice Admiral, saved Robin's life. Oh, Saul lost his leg. He lost his leg. He's got a peg leg now.
Now, let me get a good peek at you. Why, look how lovely you are now. You remind me of Olvia. You're just like her.
Huh? Like my mother?
And Robin starts blushing. And then we go back in time with Olvia speaking to Robin.
We cannot give up on the future of the world. You will understand someday.
You got her gentle eyes, Robin. Anyway, did you hear Vegapunk's message?
I was there on the island, but I couldn't really make it out. I had to learn about it from the paper.
Well, when he said,
History is told by the winners.
those words came from Ohara. If they were left to be buried in history, they would have vanished without being heard. The scholars of Ohara sent out their voices.
And Robin's silent. Saul, first of all, Jaguar D. Saul! Everyone! The legend is back! Reunited and it feels so good! Woo! Let me stop. Don't get me started.
The scholars of Ohara sent out their voices, and Vegapunk's a scientist. He doesn't speak on good and evil, but he gave his life to pass those voices on. It's a huge step forward, made possible by Ohara and Vegapunk's sacrifices. I'm sure it means big change for the future.
Yes, your sacrifice too.
As it shows that Saul has scars all over his scars all over his face, like over his entire face, like going kind of across his eyes. And he has scars on his arm as well.
Your sacrifice too. Does it hurt?
Bet you can't believe I made it, huh? The next thing I knew, I was drowning in the sea. I guess the flames of the island melted the ice and dropped me in. I didn't find out you were still alive until a bit later. And the things they were saying about you! Oh, it made me so mad!
And then Robin just lowers her head.
I don't want to talk about the bad things. Instead, Saul, I want to hear nice things about how I survived.
Daddy, no kidding! A tiny child like you on the run from the entire world? Bless you for being alive, Robin, 22 whole years. Bless you for surviving. Bless you for coming to see me.
And the Straw Hats are just watching this reunion 22 years in the making. For Robin, that is.
Why do I have to live? Why do I have to live anyway? Mother, Professor Saul, I just want to die. I want to die.
And while Robin's smiling, suddenly her face just changes from smiling into the most sad face as she screams, I miss you so much, Saul!
I missed you too.
Ladies and everyone, look, everyone except for Zoro, Jinbei, and Luffy, they just turn away and they're just bawling their eyes out. Brook, Frankie, Sanji, Nami, Chopper, and Usopp. And to end the chapter, we just have Luffy smiling. Ladies and gentlemen, the reunion we have all been waiting for ever since Vegapunk told us that Saul was still alive, ever since Shaka told us that Saul was still alive. We have arrived at the moment where the one person that told and taught Robin how to live and laugh, the one who saved her life, they are finally reunited. Ah! God is good. Ah! Oh my goodness! This is what you call a peak chapter. Ah! Whew! That's the end. 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 I'm done. I don't need to say nothing. 100 out of 100. This is why Goda is king of manga. This is the reason why we love One Piece. Sure, we can get some amazing action moments. We can get some amazing moments with Shanks, the Gorosei, what's going on at Marijois, literally anything else. But when it comes to the emotional payoffs, if we was in a Kojic church right now, this would be the time when the church mothers would walk up and just wave their hands at the pastor because he's speaking a good word. This is one of them just get up out the pew, and then just wave your hand. This is one of those chapters. I'm lucky to be alive today to see this reunion. We've lost people. If you guys don't mind, I'm standing up for this. We have lost people, all right? We've lost people, friends and family members, people who have not been able to live to see One Piece get this far. People who have read all the way up to the moment where Robin meets Saul, but they did not make it here. This right here is this right here is just peak One Piece. This is peak One Piece. I don't feel like sitting down. This is peak One Piece right here. Sure, we had the new giant pirates meeting up with everyone. We're gonna have a feast and everything, but this chapter belonged to Robin and Saul. It belonged to them. This is Robin's chapter. This whole chapter belongs to Robin and Robin alone. Sure, it's nice to see everyone. Nice to have all the Straw Hat crews back together again. It's nice to have them all back. But this chapter belongs to Robin. We've been waiting for this for a long time. Oda paid off. He paid off. This is what these chapters right here. I'm sitting down now because you guys can't really see me all that well because I'm standing up. This chapter right here just shows you that Oda knows what he's doing. It's perfect. This is what I call a perfect chapter. And I don't say that often. This was quintessentially one of the best chapters of One Piece. We've waited so long, patiently, throughout all of Egghead. Everything that happened with Egghead. Everything. Leading up to this moment. Ever since we heard that Saul was still alive and that Robin would be able to see him again, we have all awaited this day, and Oda did not disappoint. Oda did not disappoint at all. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be alive. It's a blessing to be alive to enjoy this and see this chapter with my own eyes. Because not everyone got to wake up. Not every One Piece fan got to wake up and see the rest of what we have here. But it's a blessing. It is a blessing to live in a time when One Piece is just peak chapter after peak chapter. And this one right here, people don't understand. People do not understand what all Robin has gone through. What all she has been through before she became a part of the Straw Hat Pirates. People don't understand where she's come from, what she's had to deal with. Getting her backstory, it was horrifying. Everyone you've seen, your family and your friends, all just basically massacred because they chose to learn. And then you are basically ostracized by the world just for existing. But if it wasn't for Saul, we would not have the Robin we have today. We owe everything that Robin is as a person who could look forward and actually be happy with her life to Saul. It is because of Saul. I ain't worried about Kuzan and him, helping her escape Ohara. He didn't help her. He helped her in the end. In the end. But it was Saul who taught her how to laugh, how to enjoy life, and that she would find friends that would help her live. And then those specific words stuck with her, even when she was taken by Rob Lucci to Enies Lobby to be executed for simply existing. It took the Straw Hats and her screaming, "I want to live!" for her to really embrace that mentality. And when the Straw Hats went in, they went in and proved that they are the friends that Saul was talking about the entire time. And she stuck with them. She's stuck with them ever since. And now we get one of the biggest payoffs for a reunion this series has ever seen. Since the last time we had a magnificent reunion was when Sabo revealed himself to Luffy. after we all thought he was dead. This right here is the greatest reunion we have ever seen in One Piece since Dressrosa, where Saul revealed himself. What, Sabo, not Saul, but Sabo. I meant to say Sabo. When Sabo revealed himself to Luffy. Let me correct that. This is peak One Piece right here. This is magnificent. This whole chapter. I would go back through the chapter again, but I just want to center on the Robin and Saul. Because mind you, they're poking fun and they're joking with each other, but then their emotions just take over and they just let out all these 2 decades of anguish, these 2 decades of sadness, but also 2 decades of happiness, of seeing each other after so very long. This was peak One Piece. If I never see another chapter of One Piece this year, if Oda was to go on, and mind you, we're going on break. And actually, I got my answer. I said, what is going to happen in this chapter for Oda to have us go on break? And he ends it by Robin and Saul reuniting after 22 years. That'll do it. That'll do it for a break. We can bawl our eyes out, and mind you, I felt the reactions. So many of the main reactors were in tears, and who can blame them? Maybe it's because I've just been desensitized from like sad stuff, so it doesn't hit me as much. Like, but I could feel it though. It was like, this right here is what you call peak storytelling. Peak storytelling right here. Ain't never, no, I don't remember breaking a tear over a manga. This was a beautiful chapter. Yes, it was. It was. Looney Scorpion, yo, Q and Peoples can't stay. I'm still catching up, but had to show some love. Thank you, Looney. Thank you. This was great. This whole chapter was great. Did I cry? No, I didn't, because that's just I don't cry about a whole bunch of stuff. But however, I was actually dangerously close, because I was like, good Lord. Felt the tenseness when she was walking towards him on the beach. Look, Oda loves his callbacks. The way she walked to him was the exact same way she walked to Saul the very first time they met, when he washed up on the shore of Ohara. Oda literally brought that back. And she's wearing a similar type dress as well. Same hairstyle, same type dress, except for an adult. Literally a 22-year mirror of how they first met. And mind you, this is the first time she's seeing him in 22 years. So all the events we've seen her through, Eni's lobby, all over, Sabaody getting separated, being with the revolutionaries, everything that's transpired, Onigashima, all of her fights, everything. And he greeted her the same way too, exactly. Because back then, Robin was not fazed by him trying to scare him, and she looked at him kind of weird. Emotionless, expressionless. But here, she's approaching him, and she has a big smile on her face, because Saul taught her how to do all that, and enjoy it too. This was a beautiful chapter. I don't think I can say it anymore, because you guys get it. You guys already understand. I wonder how I wonder how Roger and all the other people who react to One Piece, I wonder what their expressions was like when they first reunite with each other. And then that final panel where Robin's crying her eyes out and Saul's crying his eyes out. We haven't seen Robin cry her eyes out like this since she screamed that she wanted to live. Sure, she got teary-eyed when she was told that Saul was still alive after all this time, but we haven't had her had an emotional outburst like this in years. We haven't seen it in years. This is peak One Piece, and this is a perfect chapter to go on break for. It's a perfect chapter to go on break for. I don't know what else to say. Hopefully my way of conveying character voices was enough to convey this chapter to all of you, but this was a phenomenal chapter. It was absolutely phenomenal. Laz and King Recon definitely cried. This is what you call peak storytelling. This is peak One Piece right here. Sure, we could have chapter after chapter of nothing but action. Nothing but action for like 3 to 4 chapters at a time. But when Oda wants to tug on your heartstrings and mess with your emotions in such a heartfelt way, Oda is top tier when it comes to that. What a blessing. What a blessing. Let the church say amen and amen. An early Christmas present from the GOAT? Exactly. Oh my goodness. This is... Okay, so Roger at one point, because since I'm a member on this channel, Roger at one point asked, okay, what was your favorite chapter for this year? And I originally said the chapter where the Gorosei revealed their, their different forms and that gigantic, phenomenally drawn double spread panel of them getting to Egghead. But I may have to put chapter 1133 right next to that chapter. I may have to. If not, make that my new favorite chapter of this year, of this entire year. But yeah, we're going on break. We're going on break after this. Oh, Lord. I did not think I was going to be waking up today and reading a One Piece chapter this good. I didn't think I was, but I'm so grateful to be alive that I can enjoy it. And hopefully I was able to entertain you guys with my dramatic reading and such for today's chapter. But I'm going to go ahead and bring this to a close because I could keep talking about it all day, but I'm going to save that for another time. For this month's One Piece Reflections, where we talk about all the chapters that we got. We'll talk about it again later. But this is the peak One Piece chapter of the year. I'm going to say that. Sure, we got the Gorosei in their demon forms, but this is peak for me. 11:25 for me. Garling becoming a Gorosei and Saturn dying was a treat. Yeah, those were actually some really good chapters. An elder dying. But we'll talk about that later. I may do like a short going over my favorite chapters of One Piece, but this year. But we'll see. But I'm done. Let me go ahead and take a little bit of a break, eat some leftover pizza, and then we'll move on to Sakamoto Days. But thank you everyone for being here, specifically for this chapter alone. Thank you, and thank you, Ozzy, for being a member and just everything else that comes with it. Thank you to all my members, and thank you to all my subscribers and everyone. Thank you to all my peoples in general for letting me do this for all of you, because this channel wouldn't be where it is today if it wasn't for people like you, and I just want to say thank you as we continue to move forward towards 100,000 subscribers. But I'll let you guys go. I kept you here long enough. All I can say to you is peak One Piece, everyone. Peak One Piece. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.
Dear she.